In today's episode of the Rohira Conversations, we have Mr. S. Anand with us. S. Anand is a poet, translator, curator, a student of Raga music, and the founder of the publishing house Navaina. He is the co-author of Bhimayana, the graphic biography of B.R. Ambedkar, and has annotated critical editions of Ambedkar's writings, including Annihilation of Caste and Beef, Brahmins, and Broken Man. His latest work is The Notebook of Kabir, Thinner Than Water, Fiercer Than Fire. Having learned Carnatic music in his youth, he gave up on this genre of music owing to its incurable and inherent Brahmanism. He returned to music in 2010s because of Kabir. He's been a student of Drupad with Ustad Wasifuddin Dagar since 2018. In today's conversation, he talks about Bhakti as an umbrella category and its problem. He also shares his journey of finding longer history of Buddhist music and contemporary anti-caste music rooted in the idea of Maitreya. Thanks, Anand, for joining me today. I want you to start with explaining this category of Bhakti Sufi music.
Before I answer the very specific question of labels, any label, let us see what is it that you're primarily doing with this. The medium is music, right? Without music, whether it is Bhakti or Sufi or Brahman or Vaishnav or Allah or Buddhist or Aboriginal or African or anything, singing in the church, choir, anything. Somewhere or the other we have labels. Something is called Shastriya. Even if it doesn't come from Shastras, you will say Shastriya. Humko to jo bhi hai. So I want to begin with something that is beyond labels. And for you to tell me what I am singing, turn off the light, kill the light. So what you listen to now is supposed to be silence. Listen. So there's all this, the fan. Then probably if you just shut your eyes and just keep your ears open, and your ears will go to places where your eye cannot ever travel. And over the years of listening to just what is sound, what you would call naad and what is Indic term, let's say. If you focus your attention, you will start listening to a tish kind of a sound. Whether you're wearing, of course, these things. Actually, you cup your ears. So what's that you hear? What is it? So, काफी बार मैं सोचता था कि नाद, अनाहत नाद ये सब बड़ी कैटेगरी है. How do you? And then I thought, what is this crickets I'm listening? And I don't even cup my ears, and I listen to big crickets. Loud, they get louder and louder because you pay attention to it. Then what is that sound? So then is it the struck sound? This is the struck sound. So let's strike a sound in the middle of this so-called silence, which is not silence. Human beings actually can't be in silence. They'll go mad. Kita jale tari kita jodoh. Kita jale tari kita jodoh. Kita jale tari kita jodoh. Good. Meri savang tada mapa kita jale tadi kita jalan Salapo kita jale dari kita jale dari kita जा एक ही चीज को तो बोल रही है kita jale dari kita से जाओ जाए kita jale dari kita jale kita jale dari kita jale kita jale dari kita jale kita jale kita jale dari kita jale nangin jal diale kita jale dari kita jale Al Vila Al Vila Allah 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 और वो ऊपर वाला जो षड्ज है उसको न छूऊं मतलब वो क्या किटाजाला का मतलब आपने समझाया मुझे नहीं आप कौन सा मज़हब का या कौन सा कैटेगरी का मानिए रखता है फन जो होता है The vowel are the most important sounds the females produce. Most animals also produce some kind of grunt, vowel. Birds do their own thing, but birds are not creating raga structures. So it's not a point I was thinking about proving or any such thing. I was humming this when I was taking a shower. Kita jala tere. I was thinking, ये क्या धुन है? वो मैंने बनाया. तो मैंने बनाया क्या? मतलब कि क्या है ये? It is about connecting things. If you put words into it, what happens? If you put thought into a certain way in which sounds move, you create a raga. Right? So I was exploring Bhairav mostly, what's called Bhairav. But Bhairav is a name. Like Sufi is a name. Like Anand is a name. So one of the fundamental things that Buddhism teaches you about is makes you think about, not Buddhism. Let's say the Dhamma or the Buddha's sayings or what is attributed to him. Because as an ism, it is not quite a religion. It became a modern thing, like Hinduism is also, because mostly it's caste here. So in terms of philosophical thought, what some of the teachings of the Buddha do is make you think of this name-object correlation. And then the formation of identity, the formation of a sense of yourself. You could say, when you met, you will say, everybody will say, "Arey, to born Brahmin type hai, तो ये सब बात क्यों कर रहा है?" So all of us are born into some categories, fine. And some of us have a different sense of privilege, and we experience pleasures of that privilege like we are doing in the moment right now. And others do not even get the time to think about these things because leisure is important. And yet the idea of being creative and being abstract and being thoughtful is an inalienable human right. Everybody thinks. Thought is not something that is alien to anybody. A lot of people make the mistake, whether it could be Enlightenment, intellectuals, Gandhi, various people. Sometimes even Baba Sahib, when he says, Adivasis are not yet ready for politics. So what kind of politics do we imagine and what kind? So for me, it has always been about taking the Ambedkar principle and being as much more Ambedkarite as possible than where you start. So what does that mean? That means your given category, fixed category into which you're born is not the end of everything. So the Buddha makes you think about this correlation, and you of course live in a society where names, communities, differences, identity, all these are jostling. So when you talk about Sufi, Bhakti, and then academic categories and labels, music is a place where we can all somehow forget all that and meet. You would forget that Mukhtar Ali is, sometimes you might remember who is a Muslim, he is not exactly Brahmin, he is low caste, or there could be screens which you have. And yet despite these screens, sometimes when he is singing something in joy, you are given the chance for what is called momentary nibbana. Right? And that joy, that sense of joy is possible. Sadness is also possible in a raga, in a musical structure. It's human beings who make ragas. It's human beings who make God. It's human beings who make poetry. And there is no God anywhere in this world, no book of God, book of religion, which is bereft of poetry. So you have to accuse poets of having created the problem of religion at one level. But it's not religion, it's about God. So if you look at Bhakti, then we come to this category. It is like a catch-all phrase for me. And I'm from here paraphrasing from my own book, The Notebook of Kabir, where I talk about what is the problem with this baggy category which wants to cover. It's a pan-Indian category. And it wants to put everything from early Tamil modes of writing post-Sangam period to Vachana, which is a kind of starts around the 12th, 13th century in Kannada language. And people from working class, everybody is writing great poetry. And much of it is very philosophical and deep. And they all link themselves to some Ishtadaivata kind of thing. It's all Chandamallikarjuna or one version of Shiva or the other. There's a lot of Buddhist baggage that it carries in terms of its thought structure, as does the Abhang world. So when we're talking about this thing of why Bhakti becomes a break and we don't talk about what happened 10, 12 centuries ago, Buddhism is the resource, and as are all these people who spread across the country, because not everybody is literate in the suttas. Even back then, Buddhism was not it spoke Pali, so you could crack it. But it didn't mean you had access to all those Tipitakas, which are all big councils sponsored by state, kings, and these are all exercises. Buddhism became a state religion. And somebody like Ashoka is a genocidal king who kills millions before saying sorry. So we have to think of the fact that not just sorry and edicts, but he also was a mass murderer. And yet Buddhism, in terms of its principles and ideas, is something that comes up to Ambedkar, and I think it thrives through the singing traditions, the many singing traditions. And you can find Buddha's ideas echoed in Kabir in the form of a sutta being translated into a concept by Prahlad Tipani. I don't know if it's Kabir. Kabir ke naam pe hai wo. Kabir, whether he was a das or a boss. For me, Kabir is a boss. He is not a das. So in terms of repudiating this capture by Bhakti, we need to reclaim not just Kabir, but a whole lot of historical moments where resistance was shown through poetry. Saying I can go to my God directly is a sentiment which unifies this. But there's also cursing of God, there is also berating of God, there's talking about personal politics, your body. Chokamela is constantly talking about if I am polluted, everybody is polluted. Then he writes beautiful poetry about flowers and sugarcane and fragrances and all that. He's a great poet. So what do you do with that poetry? Do you sing only the religious stuff like Kumar Gandharv did? How could Kumar Gandharv bring himself as a Brahmin to sing Johar Mai Baap, which is about begging? We can say, okay, Kumar Gandharv did what he did, but we shouldn't repeat those mistakes. We should gift those people who want to sing that song, and there are many Khayal singers who sing it as a last end concert item. And those are also the plays that Bhakti gets. In all these mainstream, what is called Sabha organized places, it's got a disgusting name, Upashastriya Sangeet. There is one, I heard it recently in Kamani Auditorium, said with a stern face. Well, so this is the way in which it's being hit. So this is again a way of absorbing things into Hinduism. One of the things that Bhakti does is you're all part of us.
So it is kind of bhakti is kind of a transitory phase that it is, capturing everything, and before it get co-opted in most sense. That time could be few hundred years to one's own lifetime. I want you to talk a little bit, I think, because you put it very beautifully, this whole idea of Murt and Amurt, form, formless, Nirgun, Sargun, the transition relationship between them, because you sang and you said, okay, these are the words, they might mean something, but they might not mean something. Like, in syllables, in particular words, when they take the form of poetry, before that they're just music, naad, or we could use different words for that. The moment they take a form, the message, the poetry, how does something change?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question, something that I have to give thought to every day, because first I do this abstract alap, then there's this craving for beat and rhythm and lyric, because people want some meaning out of this abstraction. How do you put meaning? Now for me, as far as poetry is concerned, it helps me understand poems better when they are inflated by ragas. Jal, kaun sa jal tha jo मैं गा रहा था? Is it a jal, jala jal? Yeah. Is it just a nonsense song? Or even a simple phrase like Dil nada tujhe hua kya hai? If you sing it, it is something else. Even if you utter it, it's beautiful poetry, it's Ghalib no less, but still. Dil nada tujhe hua kya hai? आखिर इस दर्द की दवा क्या है? So, Uttagaraga Bhageshri put it in it. Now, what did we do? There's this word, there's this thing, this is not even, this could be bhakti poetry. It could be for a beloved. And the beloved is God. God is often the beloved in bhakti. So in terms of this form, Sagun, Nirgun, Vigun, Agun, kitne hai? Uske kitne suffixes, prefixes, Begun. But we're all in some gun. It's form. We're all different. Each ghada is different, but it's भांडे में ही भेद है, पानी सब में एक. फिर भी भांडे में भेद है. अब उस पे ही ध्यान दोगे तो फिर पानी सब में एक पे ध्यान नहीं दोगे. फिर पानी सब में एक के आप क्या बोल रहे हो, हम सब एक हो गए. हाँ, चालू आइडिया, ब्राह्मण वांट्स टू बिकम जॉइन द संघा. ये भी प्रॉब्लम है, वो भी प्रॉब्लम है. सो द निगुण सगुण थिंग फॉर मी इट्स लाइक कबीर would say, एक अचंबा देखा, and I can't tell you what it is, and then he'll write a poem about it. So why is he doing this? So it is about saying this unseeable, unapproachable, unknown is something that we need to experience in the body of a poem. So Kabir is somebody who uses words like, our words have been put in Kabir as a category. I don't treat Kabir as a singular person. Of course, there would have surely a historical Kabir. But then he allowed that name, that sign, Kabir, to be populated by many voices. You can't do this with Tiruvallur. You can't easily do this with Tukaram. Namdev ke saath hua hai. Okay, this is a process which one scholar, Christian Lee Nowitzki, he talks about as anamnesis. So the name becomes malleable, and then you can write a poem and put Kabir's name in it or Namdev's name in it, and it goes. In the Knot book, why it is called the Knot book is because I'm not even sure even there's one poem which is authentic. When we talk about Ud Jayega Hans Akela, I don't think it is there in any 16th century poti of Kabir if you want to be a scholar and dig it up. Arey, fake Kabir. तो आधे से ज़्यादा पॉपुलर हिट गाने के हुए कबीर के नाम पे लिखे गए. तो so what is that? Again, look at the relationship between name and form. अगर मैं इसको कबीर के नाम पे डाल दूं तो शायद चल जाएगा. अच्छा भी होना चाहिए. कैसे चलेगा भाई, इतने बड़े इसका तुम ये कर रहे हो. When things get contemporarized, can reinvent it. Whereas with other categories which are foolproof, you can't do that with Ghalib. You can't do it with a lot of Tamil poets like Nammalvar, whom I also sing. Since I've become a kind of a self-made bastard of many languages, so I don't really have since I'm a Tamil, probably I can articulate it better, but I don't have fealty towards, again, the form called language. I don't have any faith in a particular. I enjoy every language because of the sounds in it. So I'll sing in Marathi, I'll sing in Punjabi. So that is a larger philosophical understanding that I have on this relationship. And let us not forget that most of the untouchables who could not see God are singing the form's praise without having ever डायरेक्ट. उस जमाने में कोई व्हाट्सएप लेके फोटो तो नहीं भेज सकता ना, तो गुण को देखे बिना उसकी जो आप तारीफ करते हो, उसकी गुण गाते हो, सो गुण निगुण के गुण गाए जाते, निगुरा गाए जाते. क्योंकि गुरु क्या मारेगा. रामानंद ने क्या किया, गुरु रामानंद ने ठोकर दी. He kicks you in your head and your gyan ki jai jai. Right? Yeah, asking you to get lost. Are you shutting the door on you? And say, what a beautiful way of shutting the door, slamming the door on my face. This is what textbooks tell you. So this whole conceit of bhakti has been shown that jo bhi hai, and varnanam brahmano guru. Annihilation of caste begins with saying, what is the problem? Why are you calling me to give you a speech? Because you will not accept it. Same thing happens with all these people, and Brahmin gurus are invented. So this whole bhakti packaging that starts not by colonialists, or that way Savarnas do it, right? And they can inform whichever powerful person about how this is. Genealogy start getting written, ye bhakti mal, vagara vagara shuru ho jate hai. So for me, this whole thing of bhakti and composition of bhakti mals and similar texts in Marathi and other areas is a way of reaming things. So this Sagun Nigun thing remains in terms of the very abstraction called thought being put into language. Right? That's where it begins. So language itself is fiction. Language itself is something that we construct.
So what we get through this conversation is there's a lot of politics, like in strategic, what get appropriated. Like Kabir could be, quote unquote, become a category, but other could not become a category. So this whole question, like anything, it's an interesting question, because not it's important to know, because this question leads to a lot of interesting thought. The question of fidelity to the tradition. When we talk about Shastriya Sangeet, classical music, the fidelity is really important. And we talk about
Fidelity to what?
the form, like the fidelity, like people say, okay, this is...
No, मैंने पक्का मेरे हिसाब से पक्का भैरव गाया. I'm more fidel.
That's where I'm thinking also. No? So it is supposedly the fidelity is the most important thing, like the form. And because, people do improvise. And I think, as you said, most of us believe people do create music. But even this whole cover or avran of like, fidelity, like, sticking to the tradition in terms of music, in terms of poetry, it's there. Like,
Okay.
let's say people singing Kabir are, lot of people sing Kabir, but then someone will come and say, oh, this is the true Kabir poetry. Most people will not bother about it. Like this, how you think here when finding something authentic, the original, how do you see in terms of power relation? Like it, because if there are 1,000 Kabir singer, and my person is coming from a particular position, and the position is that specifically in Western Rajasthan, lot of these Vani, what we call Bhakti Sangeet, these Vanis were sung by Dalits, Shogegwars, right? Or Mirasis. Because now in 1960s, 70s and 80s onwards, the cultural industry of folk become really popular and big. So there is a money, there's a power, there's a name, there's a social mobility, and also social and political control. So we see in Uttarakhand, there's a person who is not a hereditary performer coming and doing this folklore work and getting a big name. In Rajasthan, Komal Kothari did amazing work, but at the end of the day, he belonged to the society from the caste who did not used to practice a lot of these songs and music. So in that sense, someone who's outside the tradition come and define the tradition and kind of become a custodian of that. So in that sense, now because Kabir and this musician become so popular, not everyone is singing Kabir. So now people who never sang these songs who sung by Meghwals or other Mirasi singers, now a lot of middle upper caste or backward caste people singer, because there's a lot of money and power, they are starting learning this. So the moment it become beneficiary in socio-political, cultural and economic term, these traditions are taken up by people who are not traditionally performing that. So-
There's a whole lot of things you have packed in that. So I'll address this political economy plus this category called Kabir. See, that is not a privilege enjoyed by, say, you won't see Raidas festivals, Mahindra Raidas festival or Raidas Yatra. Then you can say that of, I'm using Raidas as one example to stand in for so much. So I'm thinking about this in terms of what I do as my own work with Kabir. Why did I get attracted to Kabir? For me, Kabir, of course, is popularity. He was introduced to me in school textbooks in Hyderabad in 10th class with boring dohas. Do your homework on time. Kind of dohas also. He didn't mean that, but they say, हाँ, काल करे सो आज कर. तो हम बोलते काल करे सो परसों कर. तो क्योंकि पल में प्रलय होगा है तो क्यों करे अब. पढ़े तो होने वाला है भाई, कल ये इंटरव्यू करके खाक मिलने वाला है हमको. तो तब हमको लगा कि कबीर का नेक्स्ट सिंपल टक टक दिस इज द राइम वी हैव टू डू, एंड दिस इज हाउ मोस्ट रैप म्यूजिक आल्सो वर्क्स इफ यू थिंक अबाउट इट. मोस्ट म्यूजिक इन द वर्ल्ड लाइक जो बीट ऐसी है तो कुछ नहीं. पोती पड़ पड़ जग मुआ पंडित भयान कोई ढाई आकर प्रेम, यही तुलसीदास भी कर रहा है. आप बोलोगे हाँ हाँ ये क्या उसका है इसका है, ये लय है. अब ये नहीं बोलोगे कि ये श्लोक का छंद जो है बुद्धिज्म में भी है कि एक दिन मैं बुद्धा का सूत्र सुन रहा था, माय वाइफ इज थिंकिंग आई एम लिसनिंग टू वैदिक चैंटिंग. So anyway, to come back to this question of appropriation, which is the word you didn't use in the process of, which is the official name, and I'm a great example of appropriating things, right? Notorious one. So now, what is the appropriate? Now, if you get appropriated by something, so for me, Kabir, of course, is more popular than others because a sense of abstract, philosophical reflections, even if it's coming through many mouths, not exactly an authentic Kabir. It is inauthenticity which attracted me. He's a guy with whom you could have fun, and you could. Kabir is having fun with God, and I'm having fun with Kabir. That's how I see. He's not so much a devotee as a skeptic. People portray him as a devotee, and then they add this das to him, for which there is another politics. But today, I agree. I mean, since Tagore's time, I don't know, Kabir का नंबर अच्छा निकल गया मरने के बाद कि इतने लोग, क्योंकि सब लोग कबीर बोलते थे, टैगोर तक पहुंच गया, and Tagore read a Hindi version and translated it, out of which only 6 of the 106 songs are supposed to be authentic. मुझे अच्छा लगा कि टैगोर साहब ने भी बहुत inauthentic चीज़ें उठा ली इधर उधर से. फिर कोई निकालता है, फिर कोई एडिशन निकालता है, कोई बोलता है ये मेरा ऑथेंटिक है. सो सब लोग अपने ऑथेंटिक इतने, तो कबीर हैज रिटन 1 million poems. सो ही रीचेस यू क्विकर देन अदर पोइट्स. बैड लक बग, वो शाहरुख खान ऑफ पोइट्री बोल लो आप, ऐसे कुछ बताना है आपको तो छा गया. तो देन आई वाज आल्सो इनटू दैट थिंग, बट देन parallel to that I've constantly looked at other resources where it's possible. Tamil, of course, I do a lot of choral and I look at classical Sangam poems, and I'm open to anything. I sing a couple of Punjabi songs, then I've picked up a Bengali. For me, that's why I'm saying this whole thing of ye karo, wo karo nahi hai. So I'm here feeling appropriated by all these things, whether I'm appropriating them or not. And so far, I've not really done what is called a commercial thing out of it. And I'm very cautious and skeptical. But you're right, because why am I being cautious and skeptical as somebody who is kind of taking baby steps into this field? Is this way of packaging? There is an industry which packages certain things, and the elite who learn Kabir or Meera or any of these things by traveling and by hanging out with them. I have a set of skills. You remember why I said I won't come to your Kabir Yatra? I said I won't. नहीं बिकना है वहाँ पे, या वहाँ पे क्या बिक रहा है वो मार्केट में मुझे देखना नहीं. क्यों? कबीर ने मुझे बताया कि वहीं पे रह के गंगा न जाऊंगी, यमुना न जाऊंगी. तो नहाए नहीं कबीर ने गंगा में, क्योंकि वो पर्टिकुलर पानी में नहाने से ही आपको ज्ञान प्राप्त हो, कहीं नहीं गए कभी यहीं पे आ जाओ। लेकिन पीपल से ही वेंट टू बगदाद, पीपल से ही वेंट टू समरकंद, उसका देयर इज अ ग्रेव फॉर हिम इन ओडिशा। हाउ? So for me, this whole thing of doing Kabir in a professionalized way, which is more easily, what do you call it? It can be hijacked by a certain cultural elite which has more power, and it is happening in the last many years. By this, I'm not saying Kumar Gandharv shouldn't have done what he did, but I'm also somebody who came to know about these many Mukhtar Alis and others thanks to Shabnam Veermani's Ford Foundation funded project. Let's remind ourselves. So all this happens, but it's a good, great project which opens you up to from Pakistan. There are no borders, had anhad, vagara, vagara. And yet caste critique and all that still doesn't come into this. Kaluram Bamania, many other Dalits, but that's not something that you want to front because you're a liberal or you are in a different frame of Hindu-Muslim unity, Modi bad. This much is not enough as far as I'm. So from me, I jump into this thing and observe this from reading Ambedkar and through him Kabir and through Kabir Buddha, right?
So I deliberately didn't use the word appropriation because I think that when we use that word, that also, take away agency from people, lot of people who are practicing it out of choice because that they find their voice into it, right? So I think appropriation, a section is appropriation, but everything is, one kind of study is not appropriation, okay? Like a lot of people finding voice in what, let's say, Ambedkar said, and then a lot of people.
No, you are not saying it appropriation. I'm saying that is how it is seen.
Because I want to see from the other side, because when we talk about solidarity, people in Rajasthan singing poetry which is written in Maharashtra or other tradition, even rap to popular music to old music, people also find their voices in this. So because they use it, we can't say it's appropriation because it's a resonance. Like people singing Namdev in Rajasthan, they're not appropriating because it is our voice, and this is a connectivity. Appropriation is very small. So that's why I think that's where the power lies of these things. Of course, when they get popular, people will appropriate. Everything market will benefit out of it. There's more life to it. As you said, like in Mukhtar, there's no boundary. There is a problem, but beyond that, there is something more possible. So that's why I think appropriation is something.
No, I would still use the word appropriation because that's the way it is seen by some people saying, "Arey, itne din the hum log ga rahe the." Because I tell you why. Because even with what you call the earlier part of the question was about Shastriya Sangeet, what is fidelity and all that. Now, what is Shastriya Sangeet? It's again like Bhakti and other categories, a fictitious category. It was created post-colonial period by people like Bhatkande and others who started writing books and saying that we need to de-Islamicize our music, and all these ustads are ignorant and illiterate. ये सब कहा गया ओपनली, और उन्होंने बोला कि आपको पता नहीं कोमल रे क्या है, ये क्या है, गांधार के कितने तरह है, श्रुति सिस्टम क्या है. सो थियरी झाड़ रहे थे. थियरी की किताब, अब कैथरीन शोफील्ड का किताब आपने पढ़ा नहीं पढ़ा पता नहीं मुझे, तो वो शिकागो कॉन्फ्रेंस में भी वो I like to call it conference because like Ambedkar establishes conferences. No? So we're going there and doing politics also. So these are conferences, just not. उस ज़माने में भी music conference बोलते थे. So the point here is, see, once you bring Ambedkar into the picture, your perception of what is Shastri, what is fidelity also changes. So here's a guy whose grandfather was Ramanandi, father is a Kabir Panthi, and this fellow becomes a Buddha Panthi. So every time there is a rethinking of what you are, not this straight and narrow saying मैं चंद्रक सिंह या कायस्थ प्रभु था या मैं अयंगार हूँ और मेरे पापा ने बोला मैं यही कर रहा हूँ, मैं जाट हूँ, मैं यही कर रहा हूँ, जो भी है, जो भी कैटेगरी, वो नहीं है यहाँ पे. फ्री थिंकिंग की है. तो उस थॉट को वो नव्याना चलाते चलाते मैं 2018 में एक हमारे उस्ताद साहब जो वासिफुद्दीन दागर है उनके पास जाता हूँ फॉर्मली लर्न करने. बचपन में कुछ सीखा था, छोड़ दिया बिकॉज ऑफ ब्राह्मणिज्म. ओके, आई थॉट कर्नाटिक म्यूजिक इज फुल ऑफ दिस stuff which is both content wise and its demeanor and the way it's presented, it's full of only Brahmin bombast, nothing more. Even T.M. Krishna can't save it because he sings those very same songs. As far as I'm concerned, we should stop singing certain things and say I'll sing also that. No, there are certain things like, but why do I say this? This is not out of course, this craft, there's art in his work, but what happens there is there is no embracing of Ambedkar. Ambedkar says you have to put the dynamite to the Vedas and Shastras and all these books of inequality. And with my music, I'm willing to do that. As in, why should I be singing any of these cliched, anti-woman, pro-caste system, I love Rama, who killed Shambhukas and who treated Sita like this, who did this to Ali? Why should I be singing those and also saying, actually, there are problems there, but I'll sing it? That is not a change. That is called reform. And I'm tired of reform. Reform ki zarurat nahi. We need a clear, what you call a bhang. Ambedkar for me gives that bhang. So fidelity for me is to structure. E is equal to mc square. Can I be untrue to it and do some new physics? Maybe you can if you really do a new equation, which people are doing it in science. In music, we've stopped thinking. Why can't you make a new raga? I'll give you one. Can there be a raga with 3 notes? Just 3 note. Da के 2 तेवर है इसमें. They will say it's called Shuddha Dha. Even the names are very problematic. Shuddha Dha, Komal Dha. Komal I like. Then Shuddh here, then I later realize it's not about purity, it's also about the clear frequency it hits. Ga ka ek hota hai, wo pure note. So we can't stop using the word pure because this caste problem is there. Sometimes these words are independent of, they don't care. Like clear water, when they say pure water, we don't get it, of course. That's why it's a fantasy. नहीं मिलता क्लीन प्योर एयर. कहीं हिमालय पे चढ़े तो भी है, हम जाके वहीं पे तो डाल रहे कचरा. तो but how do you think of this beyond all that? How do you think in structure of some thing? Sa pa do pa 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 dha de de pa das sa pa sa de The pigeon lands beautifully, and it's not the national bird. The peacock lands very badly. It is the national bird. Why? Because it's got a show off. It's a bappi lahiri of birds. ये क्या राग है? ये चिड़िया. इसका नाम मैंने दिया बावरी धैवत. धैवत बावरी हो गई, थोड़ा कुछ ज़्यादा चढ़ गया उसको, और इधर उधर से मंडरा रहा है. 2 दैवत वाले राग बहुत कम है वैसे फुल स्ट्रक्चर से. मैं आइडियली इन रागा यू शुड हैव दिस. सपोज मैंने एक फूल को देखा नहीं, मुझे नहीं पता कि वो फूल है, क्या वो डज इट सीज टू एग्जिस्ट? There's so many flowers in this world we have actually not smelt or seen or anything, but your mind's eye can go and think, acha, ye bhi possible hai. So there are so many foods which we don't like, we don't taste. So for me, fidelity is not really about this comes out of an adherence to a certain way of thinking about music and taking it a little further. Have I taken it further? Have I taken it backward? Suppose there's a star you've never seen and you've sighted it. Was it not there for millions of light years before you saw it? It was very much there. So these are structures of thought in music. 2 धैवत लगा के उसमें 3 धैवत दिखा सकते. So you can hear that the da is very close to pa in the first instance. दोनों के बीच है पद पद पद. एक ही नोट के इतनी फेसेस हैं. क्यों हिंदुस्तानी में इन द नॉर्थ इंडियन सिस्टम ऑफ म्यूजिक विच यू कैन कॉल नॉर्थ इंडियन बिकॉज इट्स हियर, इट्स नॉट इन द साउथ. अनदर प्रॉब्लमेटिक कैटेगरी इसको हिंदुस्तानी क्यों बोले वगैरह वगैरह जो भी है. बहरहाल उसको मान लो आप रागा म्यूजिक करते हो जो यहाँ पहला है. मारवा, सोहिनी और पुरिया करके 3 राग है. एक ही सुर को लेके है लेकिन उस पर सिर्फ कैसे लगाते हैं, उसका चेहरा कैसे बदलता है. इट्स लाइक ट्रिपलेट्स विच लुक डिफरेंट, विच बिहेव डिफरेंटली. एंड एनी डिसर्निंग पर्सन विल नो ये पुरिया गा रहा है मतलब सुन सुन के. तो ये फिडिलिटी जो है, अगर मैं मारवा गा रहा हूँ तो मैं मारवा ही गाऊंगा. हाँ, तो बोल रहा हूँ भैरव पहले जो गाया था उसमें फिडिलिटी था. वो कंटेंट क्या लगा रहा हूँ मैं उसमें. इसको स्वराक्षर बोलते. पयक्कम करके तमिल का शब्द है वहां पे. पयक्कम सेरी सी Hari. First word was Seri Baringe Sirmai Hari Hari. I forgot 7 words में 2 शब्द भूल गया. This is a kural about restraint. So I thought, how do you create a raga of restraint? I run into a set of abstract points. Where do you put Tirukkural in this business of bhakti, Sufi, then this? Right now, and your whole work is focused on the north, of course, but these kind of so-called appropriations are happening everywhere. Now, the Hindutva lobby wants to take Thiruvalluvar, the bearded saint who is dated to say 4th century, 5th century. With him also, I think it's like Kabir. Is it possible for one guy to write 1130 verses where the only 7 words are used in the Venba meter? And it's like एक तिल के अंदर पूरा पेड़ बसा है टाइप का हर एक इसमें पूरे 7 समंदर बसे हैं उसमें. So he writes these very precise, sharp poems, which are the book of life. So it's on espionage भी है, flowers भी है, on love है, on sex है, on passion है, दारू पीने पे है, सब कुछ पे देखा है. So it could have been a collective. No, if you take this and like the Hindutva group is trying to say, this is, some people will call it Tamil Veda. And these people are saying actually he was born to Brahmin. ऐसी कहानी शुरू कर देंगे. So this happens throughout, but if you talk about fidelity, used to the words and to the sound structure, all these what are called socio-political forces Will economic forces, will act? How much does Mukhtar Ali get paid? I have to ask him that question when I get him invited to concert. What is the least amount he will take? What is the maximum? बोलेगा हाँ कितना भी दे दो ले लेंगे. Everybody makes it. Once you make a living, a career out of this particular. So far, this is not my career. This is something like a thing that I do, and I have the privilege of just doing it for the sake of doing it. That is not for everybody, whether it's Kalu Rambamani or anybody, not big names, even small people who have not doing a day job, unlike me. I run Navyana, and for me, these are two intrinsic things. They are not disconnectable. Because of Navyana, I sing and do things with the kind of infidelity that I practice. My infidelity is to anything. My infidelity primarily is to inequality and to injustice. I'll never be true to them. Outside of that, there's so much for us to take. It is difficult. It's not an easy path. It is not an easy path. So, and it is also easy for you to get sucked into the system as another person who's doing this as a gig, let's say. Which is what it is, which is what it should be for a lot of people. If you're a professional musician, you're going to make a living out of this. Sure. Is it a bad thing? According to old books, which are Shastric, let's talk about what the Shastras say on people who are performers. Most of the performers in this country were backward classes and Dalits, because Manusmriti to Narada Smriti and all of them will tell you that those who perform for a living are lowly. It's like selling your body. That's why naachne gaane wale hai ye log. So you could be Mirasi, you could be that, you could be this, you could be a Brahmin who is mad like Bhimsen Joshi and runs away from home. Later Brahmins appropriate something called Shastri and then define it and other things. Schofield and others will tell you how Ustads were so scholarly, they knew everything and they wrote fantastic books. You didn't read them, we didn't read them, and they got saved from India and put in libraries in London. Good for us. At least they're there.
So I think there are two things. Like my project focus on this idea of Hindu-Muslim communalism.
Sure.
There is a boundary categories. And there's another category which almost because of this Sufi Bhakti kind of discourse left behind, which is the caste. Right. So the caste again is a structure, and there is a discrimination structural and at every level. So if we see both these categories, how I think a lot of time Bhakti Sufi does, think of, or articulate idea of equality or harmony among religion. But we look at a lot of poetry, they also talk about caste, but which is never being spoken out loudly. Kabir never saw religion or dharam ke naam pe gair barabari nahi hone. He also speak about gair barabari, a lot of sense with caste. And a lot of Bhakti poets, specifically in North India, which I know of in other parts also, they came from the working class or which artisan caste, backward caste, Dalit.
Definitely.
And the metaphor were actually rooted like
In the work tools, is either
say Sant Pipa in Rajasthan, he came from the tailor caste. He used to sit states, Raidas or Kabir, weaver. So their metaphor of poetry also came from the day to day. So there is ample, more than ample caste present in their poetry and in the caste, the voice that they have. But again, because then it comes to Bhakti Sufi combination, the caste get left behind. So how we negotiate that? And because we're talking about, there's a structure of music, there's a structure of society, and either we rupture it, we negotiate it. So how through music?
Yeah. See, these are, sometimes it's very tough to draw very clear lines between things and say, ये मैं करूँगा, ये नहीं करूँगा. कभी कभी किसी दिन मैं मीरा गाता हूँ तो वो कृष्ण वो शाम का नाम लेती है तो लेना ही पड़ता है. अब ये शाम को आप कैसे डिफाइन करो? मेरे मन में वो रैदास है, डार्क लवर ऑफ मीरा. ना ये बोलने वाली बात नहीं है क्योंकि ये एंटी कास्ट हो जाएगा. तुरंत मीरा को लीजिए, सब आफ्टर कबीर मीरा इज द बिगेस्ट हिट नंबर. बहुत फिल्म बने हैं, एम एस सुब्बलक्ष्मी ने भी गाया. तो किसका नसीब पैकेजेबल है पोस्ट डेथ? ऑफ कोर्स. That's why, I like what Shoma Chaudhary uses birds for this kind of thing. Historical immortals. These, like Ambedkar is, Kabir is also, because वो capacious हो जाते हैं. वो तो सबको मौत आती है, उनको भी आती है. लेकिन how do they live on in terms of ideas, in terms of that? So take Meera also. This whole thing of how she's taken over in terms of the way she's represented in mainstream cinema, and the radical Meera. So once the radical Meera, tracked by, say, Parita Mukta in her book, is somebody who songs were sung among the herding communities, the Dalits and others. And Meera is not a name that a Rajput would want even to give their children, right? This must apply in the very state where you are coming from. Now, despite this, Meera's anti-caste thing is not something that we are made too aware of. So it is not something celebrated and documented except in one-off books like the one I mentioned by Parita Mukta. So ये हर जगह हो रहा है. So the rupture also happens because after a point, a lot of savarnas and a lot of respectable classes of society, they start finding the use for this bhakti mode of writing poetry, of reaching people. Because this whole thing of the Vaishnavite cult spread, Shiva's cult, temples are mushrooming across India. Let's remember that there's these structures that are coming up which demand that you go, especially in Tamil Nadu where I come from, which is like too many temples, right? It is 80,000 temples monitored and administered by the states. There's a full department for temple administration there. What goes into the laddu there hasn't still been checked. But if we do, maybe we'll find beef tallow there also. कहाँ देखो 1857 से लेके beef tallow की बात हो रही है. हाँ, mutiny में भी वही तो होता ना कि so this whole thing of the mutiny and the fact that you Brahmin Pandey rebels because there is beef tallow is similar to the way Bhakti and Sufi also excludes this thing of, there are so many Dalit poets. Wonderful poetry has been written by them. They've excelled as well as anybody else. And yet it gets subsumed in performance traditions and others, except among Dalits who continue to do it. If we have this radical Meera coming through this understream, if not the so-called mainstream, and if we have the radical Ravidas and the radical elements of Kabir coming to us, if at all reaching us, they might not share big marketplaces. अब मान लो एक कौन सा उस्ताद गाएगा इसको, हम ले लेते हैं. बामन से गधा भला. कम करूं क्या? गाली बढ़ना है, आपको जरा जोर से बढ़ना है. बामन से गधा भला, बामन से गधा भला, आनी जात से बामन से गधा भला, आनी जात से कुत्ता. ये माल कौन से? हाँ माल कौन सी है? अब इसमें फॉर्म क्या है, कंटेंट क्या है? शास्त्रीय माल कौन? हाँ शास्त्र में भी यही लिखा है बेटा, ले लो. बामन से गधा भला, आनी जात से कुत्ता. मुल्ला से मुर्गा भला, रात जगावे. बामन से गधा भला, बामन से गधा, आन जात से आन जात से कुत्ता, आन जात से कुत्ता, कुत्ता 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 कुत्ता. अब कौन से शब्द को अच्छा गाया जाए? गधे को क्यों नहीं गाया जाए? और साहब गधों ने मिलके कबीर साहब के दर में पिटिशन करने आ गए. हमको बामन से कंपेयर किया तुमने, वापस लो. हमारे सेंटिमेंट्स वर्ट हो गए करते. मैं मजाक नहीं कर रहा. ट्रेडिशनल पोइट्स की भी ये आदत है कि हंसा को अच्छा बता देंगे. हाँ भाई, हंस को आपको कभी सुना है? ग्रंट करता क्या करता है? वो थोड़ी गाना गाता है, उसको कुछ, लेकिन अपना सोल जो है उड़ जाएगा हंस अकेला. क्यों? इसमें भी प्रॉब्लम्स है. ये नहीं है कि जो भी हम ट्रेडिशन मानते हैं उसको वैसे ही करते हैं. थोड़े काफ़ी सारे कबीर पोएम सेक्सेस लगते हैं उनके नाम पे जो लिखे गए या जो भी है, वो बोले भी होंगे ऐसे. बुद्धा भी पहले बोले थे भाई औरत आए तो मेरा संगा बंद हो जाएगा भाई, और मेरे नाम से एक इज अ बेटर वर्ड देन नेम से. आनंद दा करके जाके बोला नहीं यार उनको भी आने देते, वो है तो समझा 500 साल में मर जाएगा, अब पल रहा है क्या पता नहीं, इंडिया में तो हटाते हैं उसको, जो भी है. The thing is, even Buddha will use metaphors. Everybody uses metaphors, which are cliches. But yet, why is this not sung? Despite this metaphor, people are comfortable with so many traditional metaphors. Why is this not sung?
Is this Raidas or Kabir?
This is Kabir. And I found it through Gail Umved's book, Seeking Begumpura में एक citation था. बाद में उसने जिस किताब को cite किया वो कोई SN दास कोई है, नाम भूल गया मैं, कोई IAS ऑफिसर ने कुछ किताब लिखा. ट्रांसलेशन कुछ खास नहीं है उसमें, लेकिन उसमें काफ़ी सारे पद हिंदी में दिए गए जो मुझे अच्छे लगे, मैं ले लेता हूँ. जो मतलब ज़्यादा भक्ति वक्ति है मैं उसको छोड़ देता हूँ. तो मेरा मिसअप्रोप्रिएशन भी होता है. मिसअप्रोप्रिएशन ही सही अप्रोप्रिएशन होता है. फंड्स को मिसअप्रोप्रिएट करना, द वे वी यूज दैट वर्ड इटसेल्फ इज लाइक appropriation is also sounds like okay.
It's like
Misappropriation.
that's a class action.
हाँ बस बोलते. तो बामन से गधा भला आने जाते से कुत्ता. कुमार साहब क्यों नहीं गाते इसको? भीम सिंह जी क्यों नहीं गाते इसको? कोई नहीं, मैं मुख्तार अली साहब भी इसको शायद नहीं गाएंगे. अब ये क्या हो गया कि सीधा तुम मानने आ गए? हम नहीं, शब्द हमारे उस्ताद साहब एक बात बताते हैं. अब जो हेट की बात कर रहे हो, म्यूजिक एंड नोट, आई कैन हिट यू विद अ नोट व्हेन आई सडनली सेड अरे साउंड क्या हो रहा है एडजस्ट करो वगैरह, बिकॉज द नोट हिट्स यू बट इट डजंट हर्ट यू, राइट? Words can also hurt, but the note by itself is so wonderful that it can just affect you without hurting you. Instead of saying, अगर मैं बामन से कहता बोला शिव 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 शंकर बोलोगे तो आप बोलोगे अभी बनाया मैंने, ऐसा कुछ होगा जरूर, मालकॉस में शिव शिव शंकर बोलना, पर ये ट्रेडिशनल हो जाता है क्या? मुझे नहीं लगता कि ये ट्रेडिशन ऐसा चीज़ है कि उसमें आप जो भी डालो इसी. फिर बॉलीवुड के सॉन्ग्स पे भीम गीत भी बनते, संतोषी माँ के गीत भी बनते, राजा रामचंद्र के भी गीत बनते बॉलीवुड गाने में. तो ये कहाँ से कहाँ अप्रोप्रिएट. म्यूजिक जब आ जाता है, नुसरत के गाने को लेके आप उसमें डीजे करोगे, इसके लिए क्या विथ हिंदू एलिमेंट्स इन ड्यूरिंग कावर्ड, कैसे होता है ये? तो कहाँ से कहाँ लेन देन होता है. सो फॉर मी म्यूजिक इज अ स्ट्रक्चर व्हिच विल हेल्प यू गेट ओवर दीज.
So my question, I think you yourself brought it. When we think about this, a certain aura, image, or perception around music. Music is all good, you know. And when we use the word together, music and hate, people say, "What are you doing?" And but on the other hand, we see historically in classical quote unquote poetry and folk tradition, we see casteist, sexist, communal rhetoric always there. Right, songs celebrate. There is counter to it, but so those also exist. The kind of hatred, inequality always existed in our classical folk music, poetry, and in contemporary time, popular music also, popular poetry, which some people call saffron music, some calls Hindutva pop, saffron pop. Like, so there is always this thing. It's like if you look around, you know it that it exists, but still, this whole idea and aura about music is always about harmony, love. It's like how it persists.
You why that happens. I'll tell you why that happens. Like we began with that thing, no? There is that element there where even a Kattarpanthi person who probably has shot off Gauri Namtesh or Navolkar or participated in this, the worst of thing. Like, you know, they're also foot soldiers. They're being told to do this. They do this all day. Then that person can be moved by music. Right. So which is where we put, that's why music has this chalu quality of saying, अरे यार म्यूजिक में तुम जाके आइडेंटिटी, पॉलिटिक्स, ये सब क्यों ला रहे हो? तो मान लो हाल ही में मेरी एक दोस्त मिली जो उतना अच्छा गाते हो वगैरह वगैरह, क्या जय जयवंती गाया आपने, लेकिन बाद में बोलेंगे फिर ये ब्राह्मण वामन ये बोलना ये सब ना कम करना. क्यों कम करो? ये तो फैला हुआ है अपने सोसाइटी. तो उनको लगता है कि जो आप बोल रहे हो म्यूजिक इज अबाउट ऑल दिस. ऑफ कोर्स इट इज अबाउट ऑल दिस. आई एम आल्सो सेइंग दैट. बट since as people we are not only in the moment of music, we become elevated and then we come back to ground reality where we are actually not so disrespectful of the other person who works in our house or to the sabji wala or to anybody. So for me again to come back to Ambedkar, it is this way of what is this fellow fooling, what is this maitri, what is this samanta, what is this aspiration. क्योंकि म्यूजिक में सम होता है, सा होता है, ठीक है, सब सम पे आना बोलते, जो भी गाना गाए फिर उसको वापस कहीं ला के रोकते हो. तो दैट इज द आइडिया विच इज also there for me in the ideas that Ambedkar uses through Buddhism and brings it even up to the constitution, the idea of Maitri. Some vidhan, I like the Hindi word better than constitution. Some ka vidhan hai. Huh? So that sense doesn't quite translate, and music is just what we do, no? Ragas are what, not bolte ki हाँ ये सब divine, कोई नहीं बोलता. Even the most big scholar, Brahminical person, I know many people have written books, they are not going to say ये कोई शिव जी ने दे दिया. उसका नाम भैरव लगा दे सकते और उसको ऐसे गा सकते कि चिमरी का डमरू बज रहा है, ऐसे हम भी करते हैं उसको. अच्छा लगता है. वो कौन था शिव जी? We were some fellow who got high and thought Ganga was flowing out of his head and danced like crazy in a samshat. So much that people didn't want to give him, his father-in-law didn't want him to be his son-in-law. So these kind of appropriations are also happening. So for me, music is where again this problem is also the solution. The problem of trying to say music is about all this. It is, but it is about keeping, can we always be in this elevated state of harmony, which happens briefly in music? That is a challenge for all musicians. And they cannot be doing pure music without, well, 90% of the world only does that. So-called classical circuit में तो वही होता है और कुछ होता ही नहीं. और लास्ट में वो जो गाते हैं, including up to Kumar ji, his main thing, if he's doing a proper Kayal concert, he's going to say नेवर की झनकार or some traditional thing, या साउथ सांस नंदिया का कोई लिरिक होगा, उसको खींच खींच के गाएंगे. जहाँ पे शब्द इतने अच्छे हैं, मीरा कवि, वो सब 10 मिनट के पैकेज है. क्यों? Why is that not your main thing, and why don't you do contemporary music? Well, everything, this is science, is contemporary. Art, other fine arts, music, dance, all these are getting contemporarized. Technology, how we perceive sound, how we perceive the sounds which we don't, and synth, we don't listen.
So I think, you spoke about, there is a heightened, there's a state when someone's singing, there's a moment that, then there is that sense of equality, that, that realization. We could call it utopia. Bekampur or Kumar Gandhar also speak about it when he sing, and somewhere on the top note he just stops. So there's a shunya. So that is a kind of, you could say, a phase that if we can sustain that phase, right, that of beyond these kind of caste, class, religion, which music sometimes
Difficult to sustain because we're not
Yeah.
constantly listening to music or
Yeah.
singing.
Yeah.
So how do you do it in your, that is what Kabir talks about as sahaj. Your gun becomes sahaj. So music can make you, listening to it can make you better. And there could be moments of awakening which last, outlast the moment. The moment you feel good, but if you think to those words. So that's why words are important.
Yeah, so that's why I think I want to come, because there is an experience that people have had or can have through the music or poetry, through chot, how those moments could be transformative in a longer run. And you also spoke about the idea of historical immortal, like as Shomi Vata Chaudhary has said. So my question is actually about timing, about time, temporality. Like there is even when think of appropriation, Kabir was very radical, iconoclast. Ambedkar was lot of figure, but there's something to do with time, that somewhere when the appropriation happened, the certain part of that has been elevated and the rest of the part is kind of, sideline. That's tradition alive. So how do we see time in that sense?
Time as in, how do we see historical time?
Yeah, so like, Kabir was radical. You spoke about a lot of Tamil poets, like they were very radical, but after a point they become part of this orthodox temple religion, because initially Bhimsen Joshi, no one was ready to own him like Mira at some point of time, but now suddenly they are like, oh, this is Mira is our figure, or Bhimsen Joshi is our figure. So time is something that does things differently. The same thing is not accepted, but after somewhere time actually makes it more easy to kind of own, co-opt.
Now, I think time works differently for different things, So because there was a time when, for instance, if I understand your question correctly, let's look at a figure like Chockamela. Ambedkar and others up to Dalit Panthers turn their face away from a lot of poetry which is kind of perceived to be submissive, which is why Kumar Gandhar likes it for the very same reasons at the same time which Ambedkar disavows it. So what is of course Kumarji didn't really think about Dalits or clearly, other than in that form of a song. He didn't read Ambedkar, he didn't engage with anti-caste thought, nothing. Most people did. Why am I making example of Kumarji? Because you expect it of him. With others, you don't even have that expectation. And let's remember that, to finish that earlier thought, 90% of this content which is sung in so-called Shastriya Sangeet or in whatever is traditional in any form is rinse, repeat, and sometimes we don't even know whether they know the lyric, and they mumble it, they fumble it, they jumble it, and then we don't know the lyric at all. The lyric is not important. And I don't have a problem with that. Because they are exploring bo lala and they're taking one word and extending it out so much that Bhimsen will forget what is the next line and he'll just sing Adarang, Sadarang something and finish the song. There was this thing that if Bhimsen read from the telephone directory in a surila way, people would listen. It's something, there's a legend about her. Because he could sing it so well, telephone directory. Anyway, so to this question about time and what time does. Now, Chokamela was somebody who was disregarded, put away. Now, younger singers, Yalgar troupe in Bombay and others, we have to, I'm looking at Chokamela myself. Let's begin there. And I find his poetry really stunning. And he's repudiating the Vedas and Shastras in such powerful ways. So now, I want to say, I have to step out of this and discover this lyric. And I'm discovering it. It's already there. Mujhe mila. So I find a Buddhist channel run by a farmer in Solapur, I think, and then he speaks about all this in Marathi. I try to listen, I can follow most of it. This lyric goes, Vedasi vitale, Shastrasi vitale. Vitale means polluted. Vedasi vitala, Shastrasi vitala, Purani amang gada vitalas. So, vital is also what menstrual pollution is in Marathi. She says then he ends up saying Choka Mane Vitala. It's a long lyric. I just want to give you a demonstration of the fact that this for me is the equivalent lyric dynamite of annihilation of caste. And did Baba Sahib read this or not? He said don't do it. There are no final do's and don'ts. So one can't be saying that he didn't do it. He said don't look at Chokamela, so we're not. If he was around today, he might look at it differently. So time. For me, I'm talking about it more philosophically than saying इस टाइम पे यो किसी का अब मैं गा रहा हूँ कोई किसी ने बोला कि तुम अच्छा गा रहे हो बेटा यू विल बी ए ग्रेट सिंगर बट यू विल नॉट बी फेमस तुम ऐसे वैसे सबको गाली देते रहते हो मैं कहाँ गाली दे रहा हूँ मैं तो प्यार का सौदा कर रहा हूँ तो ये प्यार के सौदे के साथ आप पॉलिटिक्स मिलाओगे इंजस्टिस की बात करोगे गजा की बात हर चीज़ की बात करते रहोगे और ये नहीं कि मैं गजा भी गाऊंगा और मुत्तुस्वामी दीक्षित भी गाऊंगा यू नो हुज माय रेफरेंस इज टू इशारा इज ये नहीं चलेगा और हर बार हमको एक माइल्ड रिफॉर्मर मिल जाता है तो हमको बोलते कि सिर पे लिखा के उसको सब प्राइजेस दे दो वो बहुत बड़ा आदमी है सबसे बड़ा आदमी है अब मान लो एक हाउ मेनी मुस्लिम शास्त्रीय उस्ताद आर अराउंड वेरी फ्यू एंड कैन दे डू दिस काइंड ऑफ रेडिकल पोस्चरिंग एंड पॉलिटिक्स दैट आई एम इवन प्रिटेंडिंग टू डू हियर नो व्हाई नॉट What are the times you're talking about time, what are the times we are living in when somebody can say something and somebody is not supposed to say anything at all? And generally, each of us has to be very careful about what we say. And I became careless in Bombay. After the end of the concert, I felt inspired by Yalgar and others to say, this is my Desh Bhakti Geet. I love my country. I believe in Akhand Bharat. I believe that music, so this can go into the world as it is. Are Baba dekho kya hua, Are Baba dekho kya hua, tu sacha jag jeeta. तू सच, खड़े हो जाओ, खड़े हो जाओ। तुम सच्चा जग झूठा, हरे बाबा, हरे बाबा, हरे बाबा, देखो क्या गुहा, तू सच्चा जग झूठा। बामन खटिया वैश्य शूद्र, पंचम से गोमित्र अच्छा। बामन खटिया वैश्य शूद्र, पंचम से गोमित्र अच्छा। यहाँ लाश लिए बहकी गंगा, लाश लिए यहाँ लाश लिए बहती गंगा, राम के नाम है क्या, राम के नाम दंगा, लाश लिए बहती गंगा, राम के नाम हो दूंगा, कभी भीम के नाम हो बाऊंगा, राम के नाम हो दंगा। करे किसकी हम पूजा, करे किसकी हम पूजा, हाँ, करे किसकी हम पूजा, करे किसकी अब निंदा, करे किसकी अब निंदा, ओ आजाद परिंदा, ओ आजाद परिंदा, ओ आजाद परिंदा। जात को तोड़ प्रबोध की ओर, गाओ हम चेबी, जात पतूर तो बोध की ओर, गाओ है संग जय दी, जय भीम, जय भीम, जय भीम, जय 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 जय। अनाहत नाथ क्या है? भीम।